Hey, wrestling fans, Brian Crazy here, F and True Wrestling, back at you with WrestleMania 27. Now, I apologize that me and JC aren't able to sit down and do this video together. Unfortunately, JC has some personal issues going on right now that he's handling too. Nothing too serious, guys. Don't get worried. But I am back with WrestleMania 27. Like I said, WrestleMania just went off the air, and it was not that great of a show. It wasn't that bad of a show. It wasn't that good of a show. It kind of fell in the middle. Um, I don't know. A lot of it just didn't feel like WrestleMania to me. It just I don't really know what to say. I guess as we run through the matches, you'll kind of get my opinion. I do want to say before I start this video, I hope you guys have noticed, and if you haven't, I'm just going to put it out there, that I've kind of tried a little bit different of a style when I go at these reviews, when I go at giving the news lately. I'm going more at the angle of being a unbiased broadcaster versus being, many of the other things that we see here in the YWC. I want to report the news, and yes, I'm going to give my take on it. And but I want to do it in a different manner. I want you guys to be able to come to me and know that my information is factual, and it's not based off my biased opinion because I feel a certain way about a certain person. It's granted, you guys know that I do think Ric Flair is one of the best wrestlers ever. I think Verne Gagne is one of the best wrestlers ever. And I think a lot of the talent today can't match up to some of these legends. But I think a lot of the talent today could even, surpass these legends because their ability was limited to the time that they practiced in. But that's neither here nor there. WrestleMania. We start the show off with The Rock. Comes down, cuts a promo, pretty good, do have to say, kind of sets the tone for the night. The tone that you would have expected to be set for the night. But, like I said, let's run through the card, and I'll kind of explain what I mean by what I'm saying. Then we move into Carrie Hilson singing America the Beautiful, which she did do a phenomenal job at. And then we move into the World Heavyweight Title match. This was right around 8:30 Eastern Time. We saw Edge, he was the defending champion, go against Alberto Del Rio. We saw good wrestling between these competitors, and that's what it is. This is WrestleMania. We're supposed to see wrestling. And it's kind of funny, the event's still called WrestleMania, but this is a company, and like I said, not to be a bash fest, this is a factual piece of news. Coming out of a press release, WWE World Wrestling Entertainment, nobody no longer wants to be referred to as World Wrestling Entertainment. They want to be referred to as simply the WWE. They feel like that with the stigma of wrestling attached, which is their primary product, that it's hard to venture out in other businesses like they're trying to do with the movies, with the magazines, with their product deals. So, but this is the night of wrestling, and they should be proud. That's where they came from. That's where Vince McMahon got his start, and, that's what the WWE has always been all about. Sports entertainment has been an interesting thing that's been interjected in the last, 15 to 20 years. And, even longer than that, since the mid-'80s. And so that'd be about 25 years. And, it's an incredible way to bring the wrestling product to a broader audience by getting some people that might not be interested in wrestling, interested in the product by, varying it, adding the music, adding, the video packages, adding, the whole Hollywood feel, quote-unquote, to it. And, some of the first people to actually do that were the Four Horsemen. And, Flair, Arn, Tully, Ole. These guys were fucking rock stars when there was, some of the plainest characters going. But, back to the title match. We saw incredible wrestling between both competitors. And, there was outside interference from Brodus. There was outside interference from Christian. And you know what? Even Ricardo got involved. And shit, Ricardo almost became the world's heavyweight champion. That's our running gag here at F and True Wrestling. That, a few months back, he ran up the ladder and he was almost champion. So, that I thought that was pretty funny. But, so we see Edge retain after a very, very, very hard given spear. I mean, the momentum behind it and the level of impact. Del Rio actually lifted right up off the ground, ate the fucking canvas, and Edge retained. Now, I do have to say, I am disappointed. I do really like Alberto Del Rio. When I first found out he was coming to the WWE, I did a lot of research into his work in Mexico and found out how impressive an athlete he truly is. You guys might not like his current gimmick, but his wrestling ability is sound. It is there. And I was really hoping he was going to win the title tonight. There's been a lot of speculation that Edge may retire, but he just recently put out an interview saying that he's looking to stick around for 5 more years, give or take. He's saying that he can't really do the TLC matches like he used to, but how many times can you put your life on the line and put your body on the line? How much injury can you take before you say, hey, I can't do this kind of match anymore? I still want to perform as a more technical wrestler, but the hardcore style is just escaping me. And you know what? There's people that merge from technical to hardcore and from hardcore to technical. And it's a choice that you have to make if you want to continue to be a competitor. And like I said, kind of disappointed. I really wish Del Rio did win this contest. I really, really wanted to see Del Rio with the strap, months of build-up, and I kind of feel like everything from the Royal Rumble on was almost wasted a little bit. I know it made for great television, and it made for a great build towards this event, but I don't know. I really just, I wanted to see something different here. And then we move into, they show a promo for Tough Enough. We see Michael Cole bragging at ringside in the coal mine about his match against Jerry Lawler. And then we move into Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio came out with a pretty cool gimmick tonight. He was Captain Mysterio. And we saw the deranged and grotesque Cody Rhodes come out with his, face mask and kind of this hoodie thing. Last week we saw him with a towel cutting these promos, wearing this suit, looking crazy. I do got to say, I like this angle of Cody. And Cody did end up picking up the win in this contest. He did phenomenal. So did Rey. This was some good wrestling. This is what WrestleMania is all about. Then we had the big 8-man tag. We saw the Core go against Kane, Big Show, Santino Marella, and Vladimir Kozlov's replacement because he was hurt to access, Kofi Kingston. We end up seeing that super tag team of Show, Kane, Santino, and Kingston pick up the victory in what was a very short contest. I really would have liked to see these guys go at it for a little bit longer. I would have liked to see, instead of Santino and Kofi, I would have liked to see Big Diesel. And I would have liked to see Diesel and Barrett face off. If any of you guys follow any of the stuff that's going on the net, you'll know that before Diesel signed, Kevin Nash signed with WWE again in January, he was putting out shoot videos basically saying that he would, go to Wade Barrett's house, slap him around, and sleep with his wife. So, I'm waiting for this confrontation. I was hoping it would happen here. We got a little taste of it at the Royal Rumble. Then we see CM Punk go against Randy Orton. We see Randy Orton pick up the win. But I don't know, CM Punk has been doing such a great job building his character, and he has for years. I really was hoping that we'd see CM win. So I'm a little disappointed. The Viper did do a real sick RKO. Caught him right off the top rope. There was, yet again, good wrestling in this contest. Then we see The Rock backstage with Mean Gene Okerlund. They cut a promo, and it was pretty good. And then we see him hype the true story of WrestleMania. And then we see the Fink in the ring, Howard Finkel, Hall of Fame legend. He announces the 2011 Hall of Fame class. We see Abdul the Butcher, Bullet Bob Armstrong. We see Hacksaw Jim Duggan. We see HBK. We see the Road Warriors with their manager, Paul Ellering. We see Sonny. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I believe that was everybody that was out there. And Drew Carey. Excuse me. I'm looking over at my notes I've typed up on my PC. And I see I did note that Drew Carey was there. And he did get a large boo from the crowd, but he was smiling the whole time. I think he's just happy to be he was happy to be part of this night. And, good for Drew Carey. I might be the one guy that does this, but good for you, Drew Carey. I don't really agree with him being in the Hall of Fame, but he's there. Deal with it. Don't bash the freaking guy. Let him have his moment. You're going to put him in front of 70,000 people and treat him like shit. I mean, that's a little unfair. Drew Carey's provided us with countless hours of entertainment. Yeah, he's not a wrestling guy. He was inducted into the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he didn't eat 3 tombstones like Pete Rose did, which would have probably been pretty funny, but you know, it is what it is. Then we see Michael Cole go against Jerry Lawler with the special referee, Stone Cold Steve Austin. This match, I'm not going to lie, guys, I was real hyped up about it. It started off Lawler smushing Cole's face into the coal mine. It was awesome. Then we see Swagger get involved. Lawler's down on the mat for a good 5 minutes, and Cole's just like slapping around, doing the ankle lock, and you know, just kind of cementing his place as a heel. Stone Cold ended up pushing Cole, giving Lawler the edge. Lawler ended up winning, but the Raw Anonymous General Manager ended up announcing that Michael Cole was the winner and Jerry the King Lawler would be disqualified because Stone Cold, as the referee, improperly put his hands on Cole. Then post-match, this is before this happened, we saw Booker T spin a Spinaroonie and chill with these guys. Stone Cold stunned him. I was sitting there, I was like, he's going to stun him, he's going to stun him. Bam, he stunned him. And right after that, we get the General Manager of Raw announcement, like I was just telling you guys about. And Josh Matthews comes up into the ring, and bam, he gets stunned by Stone Cold. So they both get wiped out, and that opens it up for Jerry the King Lawler and Jim Ross to call the rest of the show. That was the best thing they could have done. Then we move into No Holds Barred, Triple H versus The Undertaker, streak on the line. Undertaker goes in 18-0. If he leaves successfully, he'll be 19-0. Triple H is trying to make it 18-1. This was a phenomenal contest, guys. They stole the show. I know there's criticism out there. A lot of people want to see Triple H beat The Undertaker. I'm an Undertaker mark. Take it any way you want. I know at the beginning I said I wasn't going to be biased, but this is the one thing I will be biased about. I am an Undertaker mark, and I have been for years. And I am happy to see him win. He did phenomenal. The moves that these guys did, he ate countless pedigrees. He ate a tombstone pile driver. Triple H did this scoop slam and threw him into the barricade behind the announce table. Oh my God. Undertaker went diving. He went running through the ring, diving, and just did a leap of faith, threw his arms out, and just boom, right on Triple H. It was incredible, guys. And I do have to say, very deservingly, Undertaker picked up the win after, you know, a very hard-fought contest. He beat him with the Hell's Gate, and Triple H tried his best. I think we might have saw the end of Triple H. I don't know. We might have seen the end of The Undertaker. Triple H walked out. Taker did not. And I do have to say, what the hell was that thing they brought to the ring? It was a stretcher on. It was like, well, we have a local university. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with this area, but I'm from Connecticut, and our local university in my area is Wesleyan. And it's a liberal arts college, and they maintain the grounds. They got these little short trucks, and that's what it looked like, this little short truck with a stretcher. I've never seen anything like it. I was laughing the whole time. Then we see our next match. Like I said, congratulations to The Undertaker and to Triple H. They stole the show. Then we see Snooki, Trish Stratus, and John Morrison go against Team Lay Cool and Dolph Ziggler. This was a short match. Everybody was involved. A lot of great moves from Trish. Snooki pretty much closed out the match. She did a nice spring back elbow, and then she did a nice kind of flip maneuver and got the pin. Short match. Snooki was impressive for the little bit that she was in there. You know, she's definitely been honing her skills, I do have to say. And you know what? There's going to be criticism, but there's been celebrities involved in WrestleMania since the beginning. I'm not a Jersey Shore fan. JC is. I'm not. I'm going to be honest. You know, I've kind of followed it just a little bit when I'm chilling with him, you know. And but there's always been a celebrity tie-in, and they felt like Snooki would draw, and Jersey Shore is, I guess, the current big thing. And it is what it is. Then we move into the WWE title match, The Miz versus John Cena. We see about 15 minutes of solid wrestling. Into we get a double countout beyond the barricade behind the announce tables. Rock comes out and says, you know, he's the host, and you know, he doesn't care. The anonymous general manager goes off and he says he does not care what he has to say. And basically says this match is going to restart. And right after the match restarts, he does the rock bottom to John Cena, and The Miz picks up the win. So The Miz is still your WWE champion. And I don't know. I think this was just kind of a cruddy way to finish the night. And, you know, I don't know. Post-match, I do have to say that Rock did go in the ring and unload on The Miz, and they closed out the night with The Rock. But just, I don't know. I can understand maybe not putting the title back on Cena, but the way that match ended just was one rock bottom and Cena's down. That was it. It was literally, I'm being serious. You know, the build-up with Del Rio, I just don't. I don't understand. I'm not going to even try to justify it. I really just don't understand why they took some of these angles. I just have a feeling that they could have built so many new stars out of tonight. And, you know, I guess that's kind of what they're doing with The Miz. You know, they're building that heel. You know, very similar to what the AWA did. You know, you had Bockwinkel as the heel, as the champion for so many years, and no one could beat him. Even Hulk Hogan tried to beat him, and he couldn't do it. And, you know, and that's what kept the fans coming, because they wanted to see that. And, you know, I don't know. I kind of was just disappointed with the night. I'm not going to, you know, butter it up. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I did enjoy the event. I did think it was a decent event, like I said. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but that's all I got. Not going to go, you know, any more into depth than that. I do have to say, Undertaker and Triple H definitely did steal the show, and I'm going to close this out. I'll see you guys back tomorrow night with Monday Night Raw. For F and True Wrestling, this has been Brian Crazy, and I hope you have a great night.